What type of lens should I use for a studio shot? Hey David, in my photo class we have a studio assignment coming up. They're going to provide the studio and the lighting and the model, but we have to bring our own gear. What type of lens should I bring for this shoot? Okay, that's a good and fair question, but there's a few different answers to this. It sounds like there's going to be a person there, so basically it's going to be a portrait shoot. Now, in the studio, you're going to have limited space. It's a good idea to know your studio a little bit before you use it. If you're going to be in a smaller studio, don't bring a 400mm lens. You won't be able to use it. Something like a 50mm lens, great option for many studio shots. This is in 35mm or digital full frame terms, by the way. If you're going to have a model like it sounds like you are, like a person, and you're going to be taking portraits, especially if it's just shoulders up, a portrait lens like a 135 is a really good option. But really the big thing is don't go too wide, don't go too long. You don't want to have a super telephoto, you don't want to have an ultra wide lens. A normal to low range telephoto will do the vast majority of your studio work for you. The other thing is to get as fast or bring as fast a lens as you have. Something like, right now I'm shooting this with a 50mm f1.4. This video is being shot on the Pentax SMCA 50mm 1.4. That's a good lens, that focal length and that speed for studio work. You're going to be in a dimmer environment, so having a fast lens with a big aperture, big maximum aperture, will help you focus if you're using manual focus, or help your camera focus if you're using autofocus, because more light will be making it through the lens to the viewfinder or the autofocus sensor. If you're going into a studio shoot with something like a 100mm f4 macro lens, it's going to be really dim and really hard to focus, even under studio lights. And the flash bulb that you're going to use to illuminate your scene, in all probability you'll be using a flash, to illuminate your scene when you're taking the picture, isn't going to be on all the time, so you're going to have to focus under normal lighting conditions. So normal to short telephoto, as fast as you've got.